Beautiful downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, the home for the 2026 ACC Baseball Championship. Game 3 of our day is ahead. The winner of this tournament takes home that beautiful trophy, the 10th seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Get ready to take on the number 15 seed, the Clemson Tigers. Earlier today, Stanford pounded 7 extra base hits against their arch rival Cal as they eliminated the Bears with an 11-7 victory. They will move on to take on Miami tomorrow. And for the second straight year, the 16 seed wins the opener. Caden Smith's grand slam, part of an 8 RBI performance as they stun the Wolfpack 21-12 this afternoon. Duke moves on to take on Virginia. You can see 2 more games coming up tonight. 2 of the top offenses in the country in Louisville and Pitt. And up next, Notre Dame and Clemson. And we welcome you inside our broadcast booth here at Truist Field in Charlotte with Devin Travis. I'm Mike Farron. Always a great day of the opener of the ACC Baseball Championship, and tonight should be a lot of fun at Contrast and Styles.
Yeah, it sure should. And when you come to this ballpark, you think offense, ton of home runs. Already 49 runs on the day scored. 10 home runs. Get ready, baby, fireworks, but I don't think so with this pitching matchup today.
No, it's a terrific one. Michael Sharman gets the ball for Clemson, and on the mound for Notre Dame, their ace, Jack Riddell.
Oh, he's fantastic. Flat out one of the best pitchers in the entire country. Such a cool story. 108 strikeouts, just 21 walks. He attacks the strike zone. He is not afraid of contact. It's 5 pitches, and it's tough pitches. A complete game early on in this season in their sweep over Clemson. He was fantastic. 117 pitches. Looking to shine again today against Clemson.
Didn't allow a hit between the 2nd and the 9th inning as Notre Dame swept Clemson earlier this year. And there you see the South Dakotan, Jack Riddell, 2nd team All-ACC performer this year. Excuse me, 1st team All-ACC performer, and terrific numbers overall. There are a lot of scouts in attendance here to see Riddell's performance tonight. Let's take a look at Clemson's lineup, and one of the stars for them this season has been Nate Savoy, the transfer from LMU.
He's been a consistent run producer all year long. He's been hitting leadoff for the last month. They popped him into the 3-hole over the weekend. He's fantastic, leads the team in hits and RBIs. We're going to need him today against this arm on the mound and Jack Riddell. It's going to be a tough one.
It is warm tonight. As Devo said, the ball has been flying today. That is no surprise at this ballpark where home runs are at a premium. We had an ACC tournament home run record for home runs 2 years ago when we played here in Charlotte, and we are on pace to eclipse that through 2 games. Jared Purify to lead things off for Clemson. The first pitch of the ball game is fouled away down the right field line and out of play.
Right out the gate, they're going to show you their game plan. They want to get to him early. It's a big-time fastball, up to 97, 98 miles per hour. It's 4 pitches. The cutter plays right off the glove side heater. Curveball, slider, and that changeup keeps getting better and better.
The 0-1 to Purify. And that went back to the mound. Riddell has it and will underhand to first for out number 1. Eric Bakich, the head coach for Clemson, and it has been a rough year for the Tigers. 20 league losses this season. You see him hiding behind the railing right now, making notes, as this Clemson offense has never really gotten on track. 14th in runs per game in the ACC, and that's stunning. You never think of that with a Clemson team.
Yeah, he's one of the best coaches in the country. It's been a tough year all year long. Here they are in the ACC tournament. They're 8-2 here under Coach Bakich's career. Gonna give it a go.
Tristan McClatty gets a start at third base. Played some outfield earlier this year. Left-handed hitter from Georgia. And he swings and misses in the count 1-1. McClatty also missed time earlier this year. Well, he and Jaron Purify were out of the lineup for a while. Purify with a broken finger. McClatty was hit in the face with a pitch, and Eric Bakich has been trying to mix and match anything to get this offense going. That's a nasty breaking ball in the count 1-2.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get going against that breaking ball right there. Everything is normally glove side with Jack Riddell going to the back foot with the big breaker.
Into the line of the 1-2 again, and that one ripped foul.
Incredibly important with that big breaking ball down and into a left-handed hitter. That's the happy zone for almost every lefty that's ever lived. And when you go to the back foot, the big key is making sure you get it off the plate or down below the zone. He's doing a nice job early on.
Why do you think it's that way for lefties and not for righties?
You know, I've always tried to figure that out. I'm thinking maybe first base is toward their right, and it's the way the action of the baseball.
That one missed. Narrowly missed with a fastball at 97 of the count, 2-2. Riddell really coming out with an electric fastball tonight.
He's sharp, 2 strikes. You want to make sure you make your pitch still. A nice take right there by McCladdy.
Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Going back on it is the center fielder, and Berkland will make the catch for out number 2. So this is what Clemson has been dealing with this year. And you think about Doug Kingsmore Stadium, it's one of the best offensive parks in the ACC. But down towards the bottom in runs per game, that's overall in the season they're 15th. It's 14th in league games. The batting average 11th, the slugging 14th, and home runs 13th. Really, these two guys, you see Jacob Jarrell and Luke Gaffney in the on-deck circle, and you see now Nate Savoy in the batter's box have been major power sources for them. As Savoy swings and misses, it's 0-1.
It's shocking. You think of all these great Clemson offenses over these past few years, especially under Coach Bakich. The strikeouts have been down a ton this year. You think about the great middle of the order. Bats having a ton of production. It's just been a weird year all along. 16
home runs for Savoy, who was a freshman All-American a year ago at Loyola Marymount as both a catcher and an outfielder. He's third-team All-ACC this year. He is the one guy that has really put together a career year. He is a very talented sophomore. He swings and misses the count 1-2.
He sure is. He's leading the team in a few different categories. Hits, runs, total bases. Mentioned he moved now to the 3 spot. Incredibly important guy to get going if this Clemson offense wants to come alive late in the season.
The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. And to that point, Devin, this is a weird spot for Clemson, who has hosted regionals each of the last 3 years. 2 years ago, they hosted a super regional. And they're in a position where they have to win 5 games this week in order to make the NCAA tournament.
Gonna be tough.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Savoy down on strikes. And a perfect first for Jack Riddell. We head to the bottom of the first. Clemson nothing. Notre Dame coming to bat. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Notre Dame will send this lineup against the Clemson Tigers today. They have been red hot of late in their last dozen games, and Bino Waters, who missed last year's ACC baseball championship, is their biggest star.
Freshman All-American. You think about the sophomore slump. Not for Mr. Bino Waters. Continues to control the strike zone great. I love when you put your best hitter in the 2 spot. He's been that for 2 years now in a Fighting Irish uniform.
The top of the Irish order is very good with Drew Berkland and Mark Quattrani, both transfers. It is a young group otherwise, but they are starting to come on. They're playing much more like sophomores than freshmen at this point. And they will have their hands full tonight with one of the fastest working strike throwers in the ACC, the transfer from Tennessee, Michael Sharman, on the mound for Clemson.
Absolutely love watching this guy pitch. He works fast, changes speeds, and he attacks the strike zone. You think about this ballpark, the fact that it's a big-time hitter's ballpark. Ultra important to be down in the zone, and that's his strength in Michael Sharman. First pitch strikes. They got to him in his last outing, just 2 innings pitched, 4 runs scored. Got to attack the strike zone early, got to live down.
Sharman twice ACC Pitcher of the Week. It is hot, but it is beautiful. This gorgeous setting here in Charlotte, in the AAA home of the Chicago White Sox for the Charlotte Knights. As Michael Sharman begins to ready himself. And he will face Drew Berkland, the transfer from the University of Minnesota, who's done an excellent job in the leadoff spot for Notre Dame this year.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have a leadoff guy leading your team in home runs. He's got big-time juice, doesn't miss mistakes.
Sharman to the wind, and the first pitch to the righty center fielder is fouled away. It's 0-1.
That's a good sign right there. First pitch strikes. You mentioned all the strikes and all the lack of walks throughout his career here at Clemson this season. 42 pitches earlier on against Notre Dame, just 21 strikes.
Here's the 0-1. And that one hit in the air to right, pretty well struck. Crichton going back, he looks up, 1-0 Irish. Drew Berkland goes the other way, number 16 on the year to give Notre Dame the lead.
He can flat out hit, man. Notre Dame, this offense, they're incredibly hot. 7 home runs on Saturday. They carry that momentum into today. Pretty well located pitch. Down in the zone, but good hitters, man. Yeah, they find a way to get it done. This is what they're hunting. Yeah, Berkland wants to live down. Sharman wants to live down in the zone. So these Notre Dame hitters, they're looking down in the zone. That flag gets blowing out. They're on fire, man. 1-0 early, Notre Dame.
Get ready. There are going to be a lot of home runs over the course of this week. And here's Bino Waters, who swings and misses 0-1. Notre Dame's season looked like it was off to an incredible start. They swept Clemson the third weekend of the year, were 6-3 in ACC play, and found themselves in the top 25. And with a group of largely sophomores who had a great finish to the season a year ago, only to have their tournament dreams dashed by Boston College in the opener of the ACC championship, as Waters sends it to center, and Cleavon grabs that knuckleball for out number 1. But Sean Stifler's group looked like they were poised for a run towards the top of the ACC, and then, well, things went south from there. They won just twice in their next 15 league games, and since then they've gone 5-1. So it's been a roller coaster year for him, and trying to ask him now to explain it, he really couldn't, other than to say they just went through a rough patch and things turn in both directions quickly. And I thought that was interesting because that's very baseball, right? The
Certainly.
hot streaks or the cold streaks never have, there's no predicting it, it just happens.
Yeah, and I mean, you look down at the lineup card, there's 7 out of their 9 starters today are underclassmen, and that's all a part of it. That's what I love about Coach Stifler and Notre Dame, you know, in an era of the transfer portal and always looking for the next greatest guy. They go for freshmen and guys that they can develop, and I think that's why you see late on in a season, they start to turn their seasons around.
Mark Quattrani hits it back through the middle, and one of the few undergrad transfers on this roster, the 2-time All-Ivy performer at Cornell, singles with 1 out. Look at here what they have done in the last dozen games. Notre Dame 11-1 in this stretch, 10.5 runs per game. And you mentioned 7 of those home runs coming last weekend on Saturday in a run rule victory over Pitt.
Yeah, they're hot, man. Hitting's contagious. They got it going.
Noah Coy, the left-handed hitting shortstop, waits, and he fouls it back. It's 0-1. And as much as the top 3 guys in this lineup have gotten attention, Coy is an immensely talented player. Average under 300 this year. But he's a guy that a year from now, I think the numbers are going to be right at the top for shortstops in the ACC, is how it bounced foul.
Yeah, I agree. You had a slow year last year, and what you want to see going into your second season in college baseball is improvement. He's really improved on everything. Over the summer in the Northwoods League, he had over 300, had a ton of success, controlled the strike zone, and he's done a nice job carrying that into this season.
0-2 the count. A pitch called strike 3. Big breaking ball floating in there from Sherman for this second out.
That's a well-located pitch. That's what happens. You establish down in the strike zone. That allows you to get away with breaking balls up in the zone, and he drops a nice breaking ball in right there for his first strikeout of the day.
2 outs and a man aboard for Jace Lee. Lee, freshman out of South Bend Joseph.
Another guy over summer, Northwoods League, ton of success. He came in as a highly touted prospect, cut down on strikeouts a bit this year. The walk numbers are up, so are the power numbers.
0-2 the count.
Nice response here by Sharman. Gives up a leadoff home run, so what? Small ballpark, a lot of home runs gonna be hit. Get back in that strike zone, live down.
On the ground to third and foul. Lee able to stay alive.
Sharman's not a guy that strikes out a ton of guys. Under a strikeout an inning, believe it or not, all those fastballs 87 to 90. The bulk of his strikeouts do come on the fastball. It's elevated. That's why I think the big key, Mikey, is to establish down. That gives you the ability to elevate late, although it's not your 95, 96 mile per hour fastball.
The 0-2. Line down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Petrani on his way to third. He will be held there as Lee goes into second with a 2-out double, and Notre Dame keeps the pressure on here at the first.
Yeah, it's at bats like that, Jace Lee. I mean, we talked to him, Coach Stifler this morning. He was so excited to talk about all the adjustments and improvements he's made over the year. They tried to go to that fastball up and elevated. However, he missed out over the plate. They're trying to go up and in. And with 2 strikes, man, it's a short, simple swing. You take your knock, and he shoots it down the right field line. Great job out in right field, though, by Jack Crichton, holding the runner at third base.
And an early mound visit for Jimmy Bellinger, the pitching coach for Clemson. But Sherman's been ahead of everybody, but it just doesn't seem like he's got that put away. It almost feels like they're sitting on that 0-2 fastball, as you mentioned. Like, he uses that fastball an awful lot to try and get strikeouts.
Yeah, Coach Stifler and his crew, they always do such a great job in game planning. And you think about all these young players that they have. You got to spend time with them, and you got to talk them through at bats. And there's a ton of different game plans that you can have throughout a day. And oftentimes in the middle of a game, your plans do have to switch. So I think a big reason for their success here down the stretch is you had a lot of young guys. They went through their struggles early. They had that tough rut in the middle of the season, but you get to the postseason, and they're no longer freshmen. The sophomores are now juniors. The freshmen are now sophomores, and you start to see them putting it all together.
I mean, he's barely been outside the strike zone today. Is there such a thing as too many strikes? Yeah. You see that 14 of 15 in the zone.
That's a great point, Mikey. I mean, Sharman is a guy that fills up the strike zone, so you know their game plan is to jump him. Hey, he's going to be in the zone. You're ready to attack. Just stay committed to your plan.
Here's Dylan Passo, and he takes a strike, freshman.
I think that's the pitch we're going to see a lot more from Sharman. He's got it going. It's a big sweeping breaking ball.
Here's the 0-1. Passo swings and misses. It's 0-2. Passo, a freshman from New Jersey. He was a terrific two-way player in high school at Red Bank High School. It's actually the same high school that Frank Eck, who donated the money for Notre Dame's baseball stadium, attended. In the dirt, 1-2.
He's just a freshman that really all year long, Mikey, has not played like a freshman. We asked Coach Stifler, who's the guy that's really impressed you the most as a freshman in the sense of how he controls himself? And he said Dylan Passo.
1-2 the count. Runners at second and third. A chance for Notre Dame to take control of this game early. As Passo takes just off the plate, 2-2. Much more of a pitch mix in this at bat, it feels like.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to have to go to. He's got 5 pitches. It's the fastball that he likes to work off of. But I tell you what, if these Notre Dame hitters are going to lay off these pitches like this, it's going to be a long day for Sharman.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it with a left-on-left changeup, and the inning is over. But Notre Dame gets the lead thanks to their leadoff man, Drew Berkland.
Yeah, when the offense gets hot, man, it just doesn't seem to stop. 1-0 Notre Dame early. Drew Berkland. Here we go.
Charlotte, North Carolina, the home for this year's 2026 ACC Baseball Championship. Beautiful downtown Charlotte with some pretzels. Unsalted, little cheese dip. There's no wrong way to eat a pretzel at the ballpark.
You got that right.
Are we salted or unsalted there? That one hit into the hole by Gaffney. And a strong play by Noah Coy to gut him down for out number 1.
Good defense, baby. You got to have it in the postseason. Noah Coy. That's a great play right there. Just a smashed ground ball hit right at him. Nice first step, drop step, pick it clean, under control, man. Smooth and easy. Nice play by that young man.
Never rushed at all to get that throw off.
Yeah, that's a great play.
That's the first out of the inning. And here is Jacob Gerald. He is the leading home run hitter for this Clemson team. This is Jack Crichton. I have been trying to get Gerald to the plate very quickly today, Devin, but he is hitting in the 6th spot. We can count. Chopper to third. Going to be a tough play. And throwing on the run is Barth, 2 outs.
Another nice play right there by Mr. Barth. Third baseman, man, they got to make good first steps, and he does. First step, little short hop, pick through the baseball. Once again, under control. This Notre Dame defense early on in this ball game, they seem to feel good in this ballpark.
You know, when we talked to Eric Backich before the game, he said the last time they faced Riddell, it was 8 strikeouts and 14 pull-side ground balls, right, for 22 of the 27 outs. They are being very aggressive against him here, as now Gerald's coming to the plate, and Clemson will use its first offensive timeout. I mean, take me through the balance in this, because this is a guy that's going to throw a ton of strikes. You need to be on the fastball. I know you went back and watched that start. You didn't feel like Clemson made bad swing decisions.
I do. I felt like Clemson had a nice game plan going into it. 22 of their 27 outs made in that ball game against Jack Riddell came via ground ball, weak ground balls, or the strikeout. I think the simple game plan today was, hey, we're going to hunt them about belt high. We're going to let the ball travel. We're going to try to shoot him the other way. Jack Riddell's not a guy that gives up a ton of damage. Let the ball travel, stay inside the baseball, take your knocks the other way. Even ground balls to the right side are a lot better than the pull side.
First pitch to Gerald is outside a ball, 1-0. Take a look at what Riddell did in that 4 hits. Only one of them after the 2nd inning, and that was, he went all the way from the 2nd to the 9th without allowing a base runner. Gerald takes a strike, and the count 1-1.
He pitched around 3 errors in that game as well. Clemson was 0 for 5 with the runners in scoring position. It's not a good recipe for a guy like Jack Riddell on the mound.
Here's the 1-1. Gerald swings and launches it deep and foul on the left field line and out of play.
And those are the pitches right there. When you get him, you can't miss him. He doesn't make many mistakes. These good pitchers, frontline starters. But when they miss up and out over the heart of the plate, those are the ones Clemson has to make sure they take advantage of.
1-2 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew him away with 95. 6 up, 6 down for Jack Riddell. Way into the bottom of the 2nd, 1-0 Notre Dame. Downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. And Notre Dame an early lead, 1-0. Get a good rooftop view from just over the home run porch in right field. Base hit Barth will take a strike from Michael Sharman. It's 0-1. Barth, Z, and Miranda, bottom third of the order for Notre Dame. Against Michael Sharman, the left-hander for Clemson. Fouled away. And the count 0-2. Sharman is an interesting guy, Devin, in that twice this year he won ACC Pitcher of the Week, and yes, wasn't on any of the postseason awards list, but he has been a very good pitcher this year and has had some really memorable moments as he punches out Barth to start the second. Now, while he may not have gotten any postseason awards, here are the award winners this year in the ACC. No surprise who the player of the year was. Ted Davis, who set an ACC record for home runs. Wes Mendez from Florida State. The ACC pitcher of the year, Von Lackey. Defensive player of the year, and the talented Caden Glauber from North Carolina. As the freshman of the year, James Ramsey from Georgia Tech. Your ACC coach of the year this year for the Jackets, who went 25-5 in league play.
Crazy. First year.
Former teammate of yours.
One of the best, man. One of the best humans I've ever met. And watching his team play this year, they just look like they have so much fun. It looks like a big family. Obviously, the offense is great. Been so impressed by their improvements on the pitching mound.
Yeah, I think that was the real question with Georgia Tech coming into the year, right? This was a team actually not all that dissimilar from Notre Dame, maybe even maybe just a touch older than them, in that it was a lot of sophomores in that lineup last year. That's going to be a tough play for Gaffney, who feeds to Sharman covering for out number 2. But they really took off this season, and it's just like you look up and down that lineup for Georgia Tech, and it's like the reigning ACC batting champ coming into the year is hitting 6th, right? They're one of their best players. Guy who's probably going to be a top 2-round pick, and Carson Kersey at 8th for most of the year. They had, 5 different position players on the ACC all-first team. Like, it is really impressive what Georgia Tech did this year. Freshman Shane Miranda takes a strike. It's 0-1.
And they're able to hire a guy like Will Baker down in the bottom part of the lineup, one of my favorite hitters in the country. It's a complete team. We always know about the offense. When would the pitching come? And it's here.
Outside, 1-1. Yeah, you mentioned Baker last week. We were having a conversation with somebody about it. They were thinking that he's the toughest guy to pitch to in that line.
Yeah, Walt. Yeah, he's tough.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
It's been a great response here by Michael Sharman. Mentioned all the strikes. He's still been filling up the strike zone, but it's a lot more soft. He's going breaking ball early, change up early to set up the fastball late.
Called strike 3 and a perfect second for Michael Sharman. We'll visit with Sean Stifler, the head coach at Notre Dame, in a moment. Irish leading Clemson 1-0. One 0 Notre Dame as we head to the third inning in this opening game for both these teams in the ACC Baseball Championship. Sean Stifler, the head coach of the Fighting Irish joins us now. Jack Riddell is such a luxury for any coach to have. What's something that stands out to you about the way Riddell has handled himself this year?
Oh, geez, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. He just came back a man on the mission. You know, he just is so focused. He applies. You give him something on Monday, and it's applied by Tuesday, you know, and a lot of times you don't have to even give him anything. He knows he's beating down the door on Saturday mornings to be like, what do we need to work on this week? Here's what I think. And so him and our pitching coach, Seth Volz, have done a great job all year. And you're right, he's a luxury for sure.
Coach, you got Kyle Schwarber, Drew Berkland leading off his Leacher Club in home runs.
Yep.
What's it been like getting guys like Drew Berkland and having them mesh with these young guys on this club?
I can't say enough about Drew Berkland, man. And he's as good of a player as there's been in this league. And, come on, stay in,
Lichtenberger deep to right center field.
In, guys.
Yep,
You guys are bad luck for me here. But no, Drew is the man. He's been a leader. He's been a tone setter out of that leadoff position. And, I hope he gets a chance to come July to extend his career. He's been fabulous.
Sean, we appreciate the time. Good luck today.
All right, thank you, guys.
Sean Stifler, the head coach at Notre Dame. Tyler Lichtenberger, the transfer from App State, jumping that first pitch and tying this game at 1 with home run number 2 on the year for the shortstop.
That's the approach right there when he makes mistakes. Fastball, middle, can't miss him.
That's the first time Clemson has scored a run against Riddell all season.
Nice little short, simple swing. He's already got velocity. No need to try to match it. Short, simple swing to the baseball. Catch the bottom of it, backspin it. Got a tie ball game.
Swing and a miss by Bryce Clavon, the transfer from Georgia. It's 0-2. You know, you picked the wrong Indiana school. Mentioning Schwarber. I don't know that you want to mention IU around Notre Dame fans right now. To the dirt, and he went around. Strikeout number 3 for Riddell. Let's take another look at Lichtenberger's home run. Not a guy with a ton of power this season.
Yeah, man, it's a short, simple swing. He's a guy that makes a ton of contact. Freshman of the year in the CAA last year, you hear that loud crack of the bat, that's always a good sign. Jack Riddell's got a big-time fastball. Just got to touch it.
2 outs to the freshman Jackson Moore. First pitch misses high. 1-0. Fastball velocity down a little bit in this inning for Riddell. We saw a lot of 6s and 7s in the first inning. There were 4s and 5s in the second. That's been 90-91. Good curveball there. It's 1-1.
Yeah, I feel like he features 2 separate fastballs. I feel like he rears back and goes for a little bit more late in the count. It's the 4-seam, and I feel like when he goes to the arm side, he's willing to turn the baseball a little bit and run it in underneath right-hander's hands.
That would almost look like a changeup at 89, and the count 1-2.
Yeah, that might be the cutter right there. I think that's a pitch that he goes to with the lefties when he's trying to get them off their fastball. They jump him first pitch of the inning, so he finds something else to go to.
Swinging a fly ball, foul territory, right side. Actually, it bounced fair. It's extra bases and more. The freshman into second with a 1-out double. Well, that time it was 97 and he was on it, but it was just such a long run for Chase Lee, he couldn't get there.
Yeah, well, good things happen when you got 2 strikes and you simply put the ball in play. He makes 97, dotted up and into a left-handed hitter. Most you can do is probably what you see right here. Nice and easy, choked up. Get the bat to the baseball. And a 2-out double here, extending the inning for the top of the order and Purify.
Jaron Purify got it back to the mound his first trip. Purify was actually injured in the Notre Dame series earlier this year. March 21st, suffered a broken finger. And it kept him from starting a game until May 1st. He did appear a couple of times as a pinch runner and once late in the game as a defensive replacement. Took a couple of bats in the Louisville series. The junior second baseman takes a breaking ball strike, the count 1-1. And he is kind of the emotional heartbeat of this team. One of their captains and a guy who I know that Eric Bakich has really leaned on this year.
Yeah, I don't think you can quantify his importance to this club. 23-10 when he's in the lineup and starting 8-15 once he went out. High energy, man.
Fouled at the plate, and that got a piece of Quattrani. It's 1-2. You can see the difference in their record. And that includes that 13-19 since he came back in. They're 4-5 in league play since Purify came back. But this Clemson team, I mean, with or without him, won just one league series this year. They took 2 out of 3 from Boston College. That was the only ACC series they won.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, no question. The most disappointing team in the ACC this year has been Clemson. But the good thing, they played well in the ACC tournament. They find a way to get this done. It's the only way they're in the postseason.
Picked a second. Moore is back. Clemson trying to get the lead here in the third. They need to win this tournament to make the NCAAs. Notre Dame, their case is a little bit more complex as Purify swings and misses at 96. That's a second out.
That was absolutely nasty right there. I think that's the one, Mikey, that's sinking action. It's just that one's 96 in the zone down below it. Riddell, nice job as well responding to the first pitch home run.
2 outs for Tristan McClatty. 32 pitches, 11 swings and misses already for Jack Riddell. That went off the end of the bat and foul by McClatty. The first half of this season, McClatty was one of the best hitters in the Clemson lineup. They could really use him to come up with a two-out hit here.
Yeah, well, you got 2 hits off Riddell early on in the season. Left center field approach, that's his go-to. That's where you want to be against Riddell. McClatty 303 this season with runners in scoring position.
The 0-1. And he drives it up the alley in right center field. That's going to get down and get all the way to the wall. Clemson will take the lead as Moore scores. McClatty trucking for third, and he's there with a triple, and it's 2-1 Tigers.
And there he goes again, delivering big 2-out hits. It's always something you can look at the end of a baseball game. Normally the team with more 2-out hits ends up winning the ball game. A fastball over the heart of the plate, smooth, simple. He always starts incredibly early. And it's a 2-out triple and a 2-1 lead for Clemson. He knew he had it the whole way easy.
And a quick early visit to the mound here. Riddell had cruised through the first 2 innings, but now it's given up a couple runs in the third.
It's nice 2-strike hitting as well. Moore, 2-strike knock, puts it in play. Good things happen. Setting up McClatty with 2 outs, taking advantage of a fastball over the heart of the plate. You know Clemson, they were hungry for this opportunity to face Jack Riddell again. Complete game, no runs, 8 strikeouts, just 4 hits. And already today, 3 hits. Great game plan coming in.
Seth Volz, the pitching coach for Notre Dame, with a very quick visit. So either the message was received quickly or Riddell told him, go back, I got this. Two outs for Savoy. First pitch, breaking ball strike. It's 0-1. I mean, when a mound visits that quick, you stood around for them. Is it just, hey, listen, we got to change up the mix a little bit?
I think it's, hey, how you doing, man? You're throwing the ball great. Don't worry. We still got our bats. We'll come back in this game, get us out of this thing.
1-1 the count.
Really, he's been great against the righties today. All 3 of the hits are from left-handed hitters. Mistakes over the heart of the plate for 2 of them. Well-located fastball up and in with 2 strikes to Moore. He's throwing the ball well.
Fouled at the plate, and another piece of Quattrani, and the count 1-2. He's been ahead of everybody. He's been in a lot of 2-strike counts, and now he needs to put away Savoy. And 16 home runs this year. And the 1-2 in the dirt. It gets away from Quattrani, and boy, it bounced up and hit Savoy. And that may have saved a run.
Yeah,
a lucky break.
Yeah, he's been great all year long, a breaking ball. With 2 outs, guy on third base. This is where you know you got a lot of trust in your catcher. You're willing to bury a breaking ball on Quattrani. Well done.
You could see the frustration with Savoy. I guess you could call that the luck of the Irish. Swing and a miss. Savoy down on strikes, and the inning is over. Clemson gets the lead as the inning got started with this blast from Tyler Lichtenberger, his second of the year. We'll visit with his head coach, Eric Bakich, next. It's 2-1 Clemson. Two-1 Clemson as we head to the bottom of the third. We're joined now by their head coach, Eric Bakich. Tyler Lichtenberger showing out some power in the last inning. Eric, what have you seen in his first year in the ACC?
All right, steady Eddie defender. He's done a nice job securing the baseball out at shortstop, and then we've seen some growth offensively. He's gotten better offensively as the year's gone on, making the adjustment to this level. So he's done a nice job.
Coach, leadoff home run and then a great response by Sharman. What do you want to see him do moving forward?
Well, you know, the top of their order is very dangerous. So a shutdown inning here is going to be huge. This is the strength of their lineup, these first 3-4 guys. So, you know, we'll just have to do a good job of trying to get inside if we're going inside and not miss out over the middle.
EB, we appreciate the time. Best of luck today.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach, thank you.
Eric
Thanks, guys.
Bakich, the head coach at Clemson, joining us here as they have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third. It has been an unbelievably frustrating season for the Clemson Tigers. Talking to Eric Bakich a little bit earlier this year, he said, we have not lost a game when we've played our game this year. His first pitch line out to left and Moore retires Berkland to start the third. And he felt like there were so many times this year where they either didn't play their game or it was a key mistake in a big spot. The margins were thin for this team this season. And I think a big question for what Clemson has is, how do we fix this next year? Because I think Clemson fans will tell you, well, this is a massively disappointing season. You can't do this at Clemson. I think this coaching staff will tell you, we do not want this to happen again.
Yeah, I think about the transfer portal, right, and the constant in and out movement. I think losing Purified, it really did hurt. I mean, he's not a guy that you look at the stat card and you go, man, he's the guy that can truly change a game with what he can do statistically. I just think the energy that he brings is something that they lost, and they lost their leader, the guy that gives this team all their confidence. Down
the left field line, slicing and going foul. Boy, that one really took off the bat of Bino Waters. Count 0-2.
He's got big-time juice.
You know, Clemson 2 years ago really felt like that was a team that until Andrew Shufo got hurt had a chance to go to Omaha. They were playing at such a high level as Waters fouls it away again. And his defense at shortstop was outstanding. That was a really good team. Last year's team was good. It had moments, but it maybe wasn't quite as deep. And this year's, like, there have been moments on the mound, but Aiden Kanak, who was supposed to be their ace this year, has not had a consistent season. Sharman's been very good. They've had some really good arms out of the bullpen. Drew Titsworth, you know, got off to a slow start in the rotation, now starting to put it back in the bullpen. They have some talent that's there, but it feels like it just never came together at all, and I think that's part of what they're struggling with. Bino Waters in the air to left center field. That one is back, and this game is tied. Onto the berm near the scoreboard. A big-time backside blast for Waters to tie it at 2.
Man, man. He can flat out hit. Left on left. You know he's got a great slider. You're down to 2 strikes. You're hitting the fastball the other way. He spins you a breaking ball. That front shoulder stays shut and right off the bat. Yeah, he knew he got it, man. That's a beautiful piece of hitting, a sophomore that just keeps getting better and better.
I mean, that ball just kept carrying. I mean, it was hit good. It was a 106 off the bat. But a 418-foot blast. And yeah, this is a little bit more offensive environment even than DKS is. First pitch misses with a breaking ball to Quattrani. It's 1-0.
That's the game plan that you got to have against Sharman. If you're a lefty, you got to think left center field with the fastball. Gives you the best opportunity to stay on the breaking ball. And for these righties, you're hunting elevation. Similar thought. You're thinking shoot them the other way. You're thinking a bit more elevation the other way, allowing you to stay on that changeup.
Outside, the count 2-1. Bino Waters.
All name team.
Branson Thomas Waters is his given name. His dad used to call him B when he was little. And he would often, when he got into mischief, say, B, no. And that's how he got the nickname Bino.
Really?
Honestly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
He's got a brother, Rhino, who's a quarterback, too.
Wow.
I mean, you're thinking about that with Bo now, right?
Yeah. Bino Travis. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Better not make me say no too much, though.
Oh, I can't imagine that you're that permissive of a dad.
Bo knows. There you go. Bo knows.
Swing and a miss. Powering 89 by Quattrani, 2 outs.
It's well located right there. Once again, the fastball, that's his strikeout pitch, and it's elevated. It has to be well executed, just 89 miles per hour. Slow him down, and speed him up. Yeah, man, that's perfect location. Nice response.
2 outs for Noah Coy, who struck out looking his first trip. 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. And a strike to the shortstop. It's 0-1. Coy already with a fine defensive play tonight. Squares and takes off the plate.
Those are great takes right there, and I love the thought process. Left on left, Coy can run a bit.
The 1-1. That one rolled foul. The count 1-2 now to the shortstop.
How about that right there? A little left on left changeup. That's confidence. That's a pitch. That Sharman, when he's throwing it, you know he's feeling pretty good. Always scary to go left on left changeup. That fades once again right into the cookie zone for lefties. So when you go to it, you got to execute it well.
He does throw that changeup about 10% of the time to lefties. That one lined into left center field, a base hit for Coy. And the inning continues. Boy, a couple of good swings from lefties off a tough lefty in Sharman for this Notre Dame offense in this inning.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there. That's just approach, young player. Sticking with a little bit of Bino Waters right there. Front shoulder close, front door slider. Stay inside the baseball and shoot him. Nice piece of hitting.
And we're going to get an offensive conference here. With 2 outs at Jace Lee.
No idea what this could be. About right here, maybe the last at bat. He fell behind quickly. Maybe a pitch they want him to look for early in the count.
Could it be a hit and run situation? Like, are you talking about strategy in this? I mean, with 2 outs, it wouldn't be a real hit and run anyway. But I'm just kind of trying to think. I mean, he doubled in the right field corner his last trip.
Yeah, maybe a little information when he picks off, what count he picks off. Maybe a little reminder. Maybe also just to give Jack Riddell a little breather in the dugout.
The inning was moving fairly quickly, but Chase Lee's set to go. As mentioned, doubled with 2 outs in the first. And he fouls the first one down the right field line. It's 0-1. We walked by Lee in the cages today. He is a big physical kid. Like, there is a chance for him to really fill out. takes down and in, and the count 1-1.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player, incredible athlete, dynamic.
Long hold in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. I mentioned he was at South Bend, at St. Joe's in South Bend St. Joe's. Two-time All-State performer in basketball. Won a state title in basketball, won 3 state titles in football, and 2 times All-State in baseball. I knew I was going to get it right at some point, but I mean, that was a heck of a 3-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Basketball in Indiana is no joke. It is every bit what you think of with the mythology of Hoosiers. And so to win a state championship in 3A there is no small feat. In the dirt, it gets away from Savoy. The runner heads to second, and the throw not in time. Good read by Coy.
Yeah, that's a great job right there at first base, especially with 2 outs. You're not running. Coaches always tell you, you're looking for a ball in the dirt. You're reading it down right out of the hand. You see right there, never a pause and a great jump. Now another man in scoring position.
He's worked the count even. And he lines that one into left field. It's a base hit. Coy will score as it goes all the way to the wall. Lead is second, his second double of the night. And Notre Dame reclaims the lead. It's 3-2.
That's some great hitting right there. 2-out hitting. How important was that dirt ball read by Noah Coy? Advancing to second base, getting into scoring position. Something soft over the heart of the plate. Looks like a changeup that just seems to cut a little bit right toward the heart. Once again, a short, simple swing. Ball incredibly hot off the bat. 110. And they trade places. Notre Dame takes the lead back.
First pitch to Dylan Passo. A strike, 0-1. Here's the set. And the 0-1. A strike, and the count 0-2. Clemson, because that wall kind of juts out in left field, is playing their left fielder more way over into the alley. And there was a ton of space down the left field line for that ball off the bat of Lee to get to the fence. Now, it was hit incredibly hard, but there you can see a really good look of where Moore was positioned. I mean, it got to the fence in a hurry, but he is way over, almost playing it like you would at Minute Maid Park or what do they call it, Dyken Park in Houston now, where you play in the alley and then use the short wall to your advantage. But
you know, it's actually a part of modern baseball today, Mikey. They say balls that are hit down the line, they're not trying to take that away. They're trying to take away the alleys. And the odds are you hit a ball to the fence down the line, it's a double anyway.
Swing and a miss. Pitch number 27 of the inning. Sharman gets out of the frame, but Notre Dame gets the lead after this blast from Beto Waters, ties it. And Michael Sharman knew it as soon as it was hit. 3-2 Fighting Irish as we head to the fourth. Jack Riddell, in his first start against Clemson, dominant tonight. 3 hits allowed, including a pair of runs in the 3rd inning. But he's got a 3-2 lead here as the ace of this Notre Dame staff. Fires the first pitch to Luke Gaffney, and it's popped up on the infield. It's the third baseman, Barth, who can't make the play. It'll be an error as that one hung in the air for about an hour before it came down and the leadoff man aboard.
A ton of shadows, it's a high sky, but with the wind blowing out towards center, right center field, you see the infielder, he kind of just jogs over there, and Mason Barth, with the wind blowing away from you, you want to try to square up the baseball, get your chest back toward it where the wind's blowing to. That way, if it backs you up, you have the baseball in front of you, and the ball just drifts away from him there.
Is that a play where the shortstop,
yes,
you want to come in and make that?
Certainly.
Boy kind of held back. Crichton bunts at the first pitch. Riddell off the mound, and he will fire to first as Clemson puts a man in scoring position. All right, so take us through that defensively, what should have happened on that pop-up, because the shortstop, Coy, was the furthest from it at the end.
Yes, certainly. So on the infield, shortstop has priority over everybody, but the third baseman calls it, and you see the shortstop. I don't think Noah Coy, yeah, you see him. He says, I don't see it. So in this situation right here, if you're Mason Barth, go ahead and just get outside the baseball, let it blow to you, or the second baseman in Z even could have hopped in that ball right there.
First pitch is a strike. To Jacob Gerald, it's 0-1. It's not super windy, but there are no clouds in the sky at all tonight. And I know there's that high sky that people kind of roll their eyes at, but it feels like there was is it no depth perception? Is that what causes that issue? See it, it's a beautiful night.
Yeah, and this is the toughest day for fly balls when there's no clouds in the sky. So yeah, I think you're right. The depth perception, where the ball's actually falling, it's really hard to read when the skies are incredibly high.
Gerald swings, and that one a little bit off the end of the bat as it gets out of play. And the count 1-2. I mean, isn't the sky always high?
Yeah. I mean, when there's no clouds and it's wide open, it's just a blue sky. For some reason, it is just tough. I mean, those are the days where coaches, if they don't have a game plan for the day, they come out, there's no clouds, high sky. They always say that's a great day for pop-up priority.
Swing and a miss. Gerald down on strikes. And then strikeout number 6 for Riddell. And here's Tyler Lichtenberger, who started the 3rd inning with this.
Hey, jumped on a first pitch fastball, middle, to get Clemson on the board. That's a beautiful swing, 2nd homer of the year. You know, first pitch here, not going to be a free fastball. Looking for something soft here.
Does have a chance to tie this game with 2 outs of the 4th inning. And pitch misses inside. It's 1-0.
It's a good thought process right there. Cutter off that fastball, trying to work it in underneath his hands. There is a lefty at the plate with the righty on deck. Got to pitch him smart here.
Delivery in the dirt. Good stop. And the count 2-0. Riddell has been good against everybody this year, lefties and righties, but the OPS against right-handers is about 100 points lower, to your point now. You also run into the thought with a guy like Clavon that if he splits a gap, I mean, you're looking at 2 runs and a man in scoring position, no doubt.
I think you got to pitch it smart here, though. 2-0 count.
Good breaking ball there. It's 2-1.
It's a great breaking ball. You can tell Lichtenberger, he's making the strides that you want to see. He was looking for that breaking ball there in a 2-0 count, knowing first base is open. Those are the things you want to see as you progress throughout your career.
Clavon in the on-deck circle. The speedy center fielder waits. The delivery. Bounce foul at the plate. And the count 2-2.
Once again, goes back to the breaking ball. That time it's middle and down below the zone. Now you're going for the strikeout here.
So is it back to the slider, or is he trying to elevate?
Yeah, I think those are the only 2 options, Mikey, for sure. Fastball up or breaking ball in the zone and down below. Go ahead and bounce it.
2-2. Swinging a bouncer to first, and Paso will take it to the bag, and the inning is over. The error doesn't hurt. We've played 3.5. Notre Dame leading Clemson 3-2. Last three ACC championship champions still alive. Clemson took it in 2023 in Durham, the Duke Blue Devils. On this field here in 2024, and then last season, the University of North Carolina, the 2025 champs. Who will win it this year? You see the first two games in the books. Duke beating NC State this afternoon, 21-12. NC State finishes with an aggregate conference record of 14-17. They are 48 in the RPI. And Devin, one of the things that the committee chair, Michael Alford, the athletic director of Florida State, has talked a lot about was telling the committee to not be as reliant on the RPI. I was on Florida State, the Miami broadcast on Friday night talking about that. He wants them to some degree to use the new metric DSR. He's been a big proponent of that, and NC State ranks pretty well in that, 33rd. As strike three called, and the leadoff man gone in the Notre Dame third. But the question is, if it's the eye test, and that's the final look that the committee gets at NC State, it did not go well this afternoon.
Yeah, it's scary for NC State and all their fans, coaches, players. That was a bad loss today against Duke. It's a club that came out swinging 21 runs. So this ball's popped up here in the infield on the first pitch.
And gloved by Purified, 2 outs.
But yeah, it leaves a bad taste in the committee's mouth, and it's irregardless of whether you make it in the postseason or not. It's not the way you'd like to end your season. Scary times for NC State. I mean, you got to hope that there's not a team somewhere in the country that steals some of those bids by winning their tournament.
Yeah, it is the experts who track the bracketology in baseball have said that it is a very soft bubble this year, which means that that's good as it stands right now. But as you get into some of these conference tournaments where there has been a strong mid-major that has good metrics, and if they get beat, or if there's a surprise winner, say in this tournament or in the Big Ten tournament, which certainly seems ripe for a surprise winner, that it would take away spots. And generally, you're somewhere between 3 and 5 stolen bids a year. In the last D1Baseball.com projections, NC State was in their last 4 in as the 61st team. And I really felt like last Sunday that they had done a lot of good work in winning the finale against North Carolina, but now Selection Monday is going to be tense. As you get a look at some of the projections here. The field is 64. You see their last 4 in. The first 4 out. Kentucky, by the way, lost today to Vanderbilt. They were one and done in the SEC tournament. That's another team that really needed a win today. and probably more so than NC State, really, even though their metrics are better. Their resume at 13 and 18 aggregate in the SEC does not feel very regionalish.
Yeah, and those first 4 teams that are out, a team like NC State loses and Kentucky loses, and one of those teams goes on a deep run. You never know, those spots can always flip-flop.
Shane Miranda down on strikes in a perfect 4th inning for Michael Sharman. It's 3-2 Notre Dame as we head to the 5th. Delish. Welcome back to the 2026 ACC Baseball Championship. Rumbling down the tracks through Game 3 of 4 today. Notre Dame with a lead on Clemson 3-2. Coming up later tonight, Pitt and Louisville, 2 of the top offenses in the country. I am very, very excited for that one. Bryce Clavon to lead things off for Clemson as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. So I mentioned this earlier, Devin, that Notre Dame might still have an outside chance at the NCAA tournament. You're going to have to hear me out on this one a little bit. As Clavon chops it foul, it's 0-2. Their RPI is not great. It's 70. Their DSR, again, the secondary metric that the committee is using this year for the first time, is pretty good. It's in the 40s. You can see that their record against the RPI top 25 or against the Q1 is not great overall, just 3 wins. But Clemson's RPI is good. If they were to win this game and move on, that would be a boost. Their RPI would get better, maybe a little bit. They would be able to do the same if they beat Virginia Tech. And then you start getting into some of the heavy hitters in this conference. And if they can win 3 games, all of a sudden the resume starts to look a little more bubble-ish. It's still a real long shot for them, but all hope is not lost. And I think it's not quite the same as last year where they were red hot at the end of the season and the metrics were better before they lost in the opener to Boston College. But there is what I would call a glimmer of hope. Maybe less than a glimmer that you get off their gold helmets, but a glimmer nonetheless.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure, but I agree with you, Mikey. You get to 15 wins aggregate in the ACC. Never know.
2-2. That one rolled to the left side. Gonna be a tough play for Barth to get the speeding Clavon, and he does for out number 1. Nice play. Barth, despite the drop pop-up, has made a couple of really nice plays at third base.
Yeah, it's a great play right there, and that's do or die. You see the ready position. Great first step. It's one-handed, moving to his left, and you got to get rid of it quickly. He does. Nice play to start this inning.
1 out, nobody on. Number 9 hitter Jackson Moore, who doubled and scored his last trip, chops it foul. It's 0-1. We were talking a little bit to Sean Stifler about Notre Dame's case today, and he said he kind of blamed himself, right, on the schedule. He said normally we played a tough enough schedule. I think there was intent to schedule good teams, and this year they just didn't have them. And that intent to schedule is something the committee can consider, but with your RPI 70, they're not, like, you're far down the list. Those numbers need to improve drastically.
They did have a good schedule to start the year. Just a lot of the teams that they were playing out of conference just had tough seasons.
4 down on strikes. Strikeout number 7 for Riddell, 2 outs.
Yeah, it's a good-looking pitch right there, Riddell. He's really settled down. He's now retired 5 in a row. The breaking ball, man, you see that action. It's big. That's the curveball. That's the pitch he added to his repertoire this season. He's worked on it hard. 115th strikeout of the season for Mr. Riddell.
2 outs to the top of the order for Jaron Purify. He's 0 for 2. The Detroit native takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Still firing 97.
Here's the 0-1. Down low, it's 1-1. Purify trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the 5th. Back to the mound, and for the second time, he grounds out to the pitcher, and a 1-2-3 inning for Riddell. He set down 6 in a row and has a 3-2 lead halfway through this one. Michael Sharman's day is done after 4 innings, Devin, and he was very good overall.
He was. He came out firing strikes from the beginning. These Notre Dame hitters, you got to give them a ton of credit, but he did a nice job responding really throughout the outing. 8 strikeouts. That's big-time stuff against an incredibly tough offense to strike out. All you ask for your starting pitcher to do is give your team a chance to win the ball game. And Michael Sharman, he did that today.
Are you surprised at all that he's out of the game this early?
Yeah, I think it's the postseason, Mikey, and you got a great guy in VC to come in. It's the 3rd time through the order, which is normally where things do start to get a little scary for starting pitchers. So I like the move. It's win or go home for Clemson.
So Sharman done. He did give up 6 hits in those 4 innings. Ariston VC, transfer from Alabama, has had a really terrific year. He is one of my favorite arms, if not my favorite arm in all this Clemson pen. His stuff is really, really good.
Yeah, it is. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, big-time fastball into the mid-90s. You see all those strikeouts.
And Drew Berkland will lead things off. The right-handed hitter led the game off against Sharman doing this.
That's probably a big reason why Michael Sharman's out of this ball game. 3rd time through, a beautiful piece of hitting. Leadoff home run for Notre Dame.
First pitch. And he rips it to 3rd. Nice backhanded stop by McClatty, who throws him out. It hasn't been the cleanest season defensively for Tristan McClatty at 3rd, but that was an outstanding play.
Yeah, it's a great play. It's the hot corner for a reason. Hot shot off the bat. You see him. Smooth. Easy. That's a great job, man. Eyes out front. Get up under control. Throw a strike. And I tell you what, Drew Berkland, he's been aggressive today. A lot of early swings.
1 out for Bino Waters, who hit an opposite field home run to tie this game his last trip. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Notre Dame against right-handed pitching is down towards the bottom of the ACC in OPS. They are 13th. Against lefties, they were second. So I wonder how much that plays into this decision, too. You got Sharman twice to the order. You don't want the righties to see the lefty again?
Yeah, certainly. Clemson always does their homework.
Waters fouls it away, and the count 1-2. Here's the home run that tied the game. This was an impressive blast.
Yeah, another one. Fastball, middle from Lichtenberger. Little trickery right here, the big fly, but Bino Waters as well. He went deep left center on a hanging breaking ball for Sharman. Once again, a big reason why Sharman's probably out of the game.
The 1-2, a bouncer foul, first base side. We've seen some big home runs, 3 homers already in this game. I have a feeling we're going to see more
tonight. Oh, yeah.
Devo is the official home run tracker here at the ACC Championship this year.
Love me some offense.
Roller foul behind the bag at first. We broke the record in 2024 before the semifinals even started.
54.
That was in the old pool play format.
15 games, 54 home runs.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
3.5 homers a game, lot?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Foul back.
Maybe it's not a lot in this ballpark, though. I tell you what, it's a beautiful venue. I coached in this ballpark when I was with the Braves, and it's always well known to eat up a lot of home runs.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 2 outs.
Yeah, VZ sharp, man. It's a big-time fastball, rear and back, up and out of the zone. Fastball's been up to 97 today. Rear back, got 2 strikes, got a good hitter at the plate. You're going to go elevated, put it out over the plate, make him have to golf for something. And a beautiful executed pitch right there. 2 quick outs for VZ.
No walks, 16 strikeouts for these 2 pitching staffs today.
That's impressive.
Quattrani bats with 2 outs. And he swings and hits one high and deep down the left field line, and that one will hook foul and out of play. It's right in the area where Danny Graves will be sitting in our studio set come Thursday when they finally let him out of confinement.
Come on, Gravesy.
Here comes the 0-1 to Quattrani. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Savoy, and it's 0-2.
It's a 4-seam fastball. That's where he gets his swings and misses on it. Elevated. It's the best pitch out of the hand to a hitter when he sees it. Eyes light up. Incredibly tough to get on top of it.
Quattrani, the 2-time All-Ivy League performer at Cornell, waits. Outside, and to count 1-2. It is a rarity to get an undergraduate transfer into Notre Dame. I think it helps to go to Cornell to do that. And Sean Stifler had to plead with the administration. We got to be able to get this guy after their catcher Carson Tinney from last year transferred to Texas. Quattrani can't hold up on that breaking ball, and a pair of strikeouts in a perfect 5th for Ariston Vesey. We've got a really good one today. Notre Dame leads Clemson 3-2 as we head to the 6th. Notre Dame got the lead in the third. This backside blast from Pino Waters tied the game of Michael Sharman, 418 feet, and then Chase Lee gave him the lead.
Chase Lee having a nice day. Gets something soft out over the heart of the plate. 2 out knocks. You got to have him in a ball game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles today. That's pretty nice for a guy in the middle of the order.
Chase Lee has roasted 2 baseballs too, and Jack Riddell has the lead, as he will have to go through the heart of this Clemson order a 3rd time. There's Pino Waters, first team All-ACC performer. McClatty fouls it back. The count 1-1. Interesting. McClatty an RBI triple his last trip. Notre Dame leading Clemson 3-2. Realistically, both these teams probably need to win the ACC tournament in order to make it to the NCAA. Certainly Clemson does. Notre Dame might have just a little bit more flexibility because of their league record, although the RPI is not as good as Clemson's, but they also don't have 20 league losses. Inside, cutter under his hands, they count 2-2.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch right there. McClatty hit a triple in the gap, last at bat. He's got now 3 hits and 6 at bats against Riddell in the year.
And he pops it up into left. Pino Waters over, makes the catch. Leadoff man gone into Clemson 6th. Nate Savoy on this gorgeous night. Temperatures have been in the low 90s. It's great. I saw earlier it was 92 degrees, Devin, but it only felt like it was 91. So
it's smoky.
It could be a lot more humid, so we'll take it. 98 from Riddell here in the 6th with Savoy. It's 1-0. You see, it feels like 91. It's practically full.
Oh, baby.
They don't seem to be bothered by the heat. She may have gotten a little sun. 2-0. A strike to Savoy. It's 2-1. Take me through it. Savoy has had 2 strikeouts, right? It's made that Tiger fan very upset. As you can see, can't even look. But how are you approaching at bats against Riddell?
I like that mindset right there. He struck out today on 2 breaking balls. First time a slider below the zone. Next time a curveball below the zone. So you've seen in this at bat so far early, it's been the cutter and breaking balls. I think the game plan would be keep that front shoulder closed, let the ball travel. Think about hitting something in the first base dugout. However, he started him soft here. I think this is a good opportunity to finish him hard late.
2-2. Goes to the breaking ball again. That one a slower breaker, the count full. But okay, so you want to try and stay on pitches for a long time. But when he's throwing 98, that decision window is really, I mean, that closes really fast if you're trying to go to right field, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Through the right side, a base hit. Well, he stayed back on the breaking ball. And Savoy a 1-out single, and he looked pleased.
That is a great piece of hitting right there by Savoy, man. That's just classic, yeah.
There we
He
go.
liked that one. Much better.
How about you one time now? That was a, there we go. Yeah. Feels like the offense is going. Tying runs aboard with 1 out.
That's the game plan, though. We talked to Backage before the ball game. He said he wanted to see his guys use the other side of the field. Fastball, you got to think about hitting it the other way. Keeps you on the breaking ball.
Savoy bluffs going, and the first pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Luke Gaffney transferred from Purdue a year ago. Savoy, despite the fact that he does catch, he plays outfield as well. He's 5 of 6 in stolen base attempts. He's a pretty good athlete at first, and Riddell will keep him close. I mean, if you're Clemson, you've been struggling to score runs all season. You got to put a little pressure on defensively, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly want to. However, you got the middle of your order up here. A guy that's got big-time juice. Don't want to ever run into an out.
Tackle foul. Count 0-2. Gaffney went through a hot stretch for a couple of weeks, right around the Louisville series. But in league play, he has not had a massive year. 9 homers. It's a better season than a year ago in his first year at Clemson uniform. As he checks and holds up. Keel John Byrne at first says no swing.
Breaking ball in the zone down below. We'll take a peek here. Yeah, good call. And that's a big reason for his turnaround year over year. It's laying off those pitches right there, being able to hold the swing. Live to see another pitch.
Trani's thrown out 20% of base runners this season as Savoy runs, and that one fouled back. 2 strikes, Gaffney having to protect.
You called it, Mikey, looking for some action there. I think that's just Clemson selling out to breaking ball. They think 1-2 count. He's going to go to something soft there. However, elevated fastball, nice piece of hit, and found that ball off.
Dell has been efficient. And a throw over to first, and the runner back again. 56 strikes for Riddell.
Always around the zone.
The 1-2 not going this time, and that one tapped foul. And he's not super quick to the plate. He's 1.35, 1.4, right? Like 1.4 is that number, it feels like.
Yeah, I think that 1.35 and anything above for the guys that can really run is the cue. I think 1.4 and above for a guy like Savoy at first base is the key. Changing your looks, holding and picking, holding and delivering. He's doing a nice job.
The 1-2, runner goes, pitches a ball. Quattroni's throw is in time to get him as Savoy overslid the bag. We're out number 2.
That's a great job out at second base by Z. Looked like Savoy. He's going to be in there safely. He got a great jump. Fastball down. Like the long hop idea here. Quick tag, but the big key, if he's safe, middle infielders always stay with the runner. You never know what's going to happen. And he does. Heady play right there by Z.
Boy, Savoy trying to reach to the back of the bag to get away from the tag and just could not hold on. That's the second out. 14th man that Quattroni has caught stealing this year.
And that's the scary part, right, Mikey? Hard to get base runners against Riddell.
2-2. Just missed at 97, and the count is full.
Great pitch. Even better take. And that ball's off the plate.
Jose Matamoros, our home plate umpire, has been pretty consistent tonight. That was a hanger, and I think Gaffney wishes he had that one back.
Clemson, the approaches are getting better. Looks like they're starting to buy into this game plan. They're not out in front on the breaking balls, looking to make quick decisions. Stay right there.
Gaffney putting together a long at-bat here against Riddell. And the payoff. Outside ball 4. That's the first walk of the night issued by either team.
It's a great at-bat right there. As you see Riddell at 83 pitches. He threw 117 pitches early on in the season against Clemson. That's a season high. Man, oh man, what an at-bat right there by Gaffney.
I mean, 10 pitches long, able to get through it. Quattroni's going to give a visit here, as will the pitching coach. But this to me seems more like breather after a long at bat than anything, right? 83 pitches, it's like you're under 15 pitches per inning so far.
Yep.
So far, Jack Riddell has been very good. The all-ACC pitcher has had his good stuff tonight.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of everything. 7 strikeouts on the night, hasn't made many mistakes. 4 hits given up, 3 of them against lefties, but that breaking ball, man, it's been his go-to today. It's in the zone, down below it, showed off 98. This frontline stuff.
So with the breaking ball, with the changeup, with the fastball, and now he faces Jack Crichton. Crichton, a sacrifice bunt his last trip. The Michigan native chops it foul. It's 0-1.
I think when Jack Crichton's going at his best, he is letting the ball travel. You see a breaking ball there, maybe a tight little cutter out and around the baseball. Just trust that approach. Shoot him the other way.
4-year player in this program. As he waits for the 0-1. And he fouls it away. It's 0-2. Crichton was a role player until about the second half of last year when he started playing more regularly. He had a very solid season this year. Hitting over 300, not a ton of power. They need him to move the line here. Behind in the count, 0-2. The pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul. And they are getting a piece of a lot more breaking balls in this inning. Maybe not quite as sharp. Is that a sign of fatigue, maybe?
Yeah, the breaking ball doesn't seem to be as sharp. However, the best breaking balls are in the zone and down below it. And it's been a lot of strikes this at bat. If I'm Crichton, though, go ahead and turn your field some more. Maybe you need to think fastball, first base, dugout. Keep you on that breaking ball a bit longer.
25th pitch of the inning, and Crichton fouls it away. This has been the longest inning for Riddell today, which makes sense. You're going through the heart of Clemson's order for the 3rd time.
Yeah, and that's the approach that I want to see out of Crichton right there. Fastball, it's fouled off down the right field line. Now I think the big key, stay in that rhythm. No need to speed up. If you do, big trouble on the chase of the breaking ball below.
0-2 again, and again a foul ball from Crichton. Boy, both he and Gaffney have really made Riddell work, and if somehow Crichton can reach, the leading home run hitter for Clemson is in the on-deck circle in Jacob Jarrell. It's the tying run, Gaffney at first. There's Jarrell, hoping to get an opportunity here in the 6th. The 0-2. Little roller towards the middle. Tough play at second, and Z throws him out, and the inning is over. Clemson gets a hit. They leave a man. We've played 5.5. Notre Dame 3, Clemson 2. Opening day of the ACC Baseball Championship. Boy, Jack Riddell really had to work hard to get out of that 6th inning. 27 pitches in the frame, his longest of the game by far. That's how he looked after the inning, Devin. They need probably at least 3 more outs out of their ace.
Yeah, they're going to ask him to go as long as he's able to do so. It is a hot day, but those 27 pitches, the at-bats are getting better. Back-to-back 3-2 counts to start the inning.
First pitch is a strike. to Noah Coy. Heart of the order due here, 4, 5, and 6 for Notre Dame. They lead 3-2. Coy swings and misses, and the count 0-2. Harrison Vesey, it's been all strikes from him since he's come into the game.
A little more convo. Hey, how you doing? You got a little bit more. Can you get us through this lineup one more time?
Just said I'm all right. It seemed like Coy to left, and there's more for out number 1. There is a left-hander getting loose in the Notre Dame bullpen.
Dylan Singleton, lefty.
One of their talented freshmen beginning to toss. Not getting hot in a hurry. Looking ahead to the Clemson 7th. Jacob Gerald, their leading home run hitter, will lead off. It's Jason Lee. Ooh, he was on 96. Yeah, he was frustrated that he missed that one. It's 0-1.
Ready to go out the gate. He's seeing the ball well tonight. 2 doubles.
It'll be Gerald Lichtenberger, a lefty who clipped Riddell for a home run back at the 3rd, and then Clavon. So 6, 7, and 8 in the order due for Clemson. Outside of the count 1-1. There's Lichtenberger. See Clavon, the speedster in center field. Here's the 1-1 to lead. Upstairs, 2-1. I mean, if you're Notre Dame, this is a spot where you feel like you've got to tack on, right? Create a long inning at the very least to get Riddell some rest.
That is the big-time goal this inning, certainly. 27 pitches last inning. Got to find a way to give your pitcher a break.
Chase Lee with a pair of doubles as he waits. Inside of the count, 3-1. Try to keep those legs limber. It is warm. The 3-1. Lee in the air to right center field and deep. Clavon going back, still going back, and it's out of here. 3rd extra base hit of the game for Jace Lee. An opposite field homer, and it's 4-2 Notre Dame. Boy, is he strong.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good right now. Gets a fastball down, middle. Yep, that's his hot zone. You see that big-time juice, sophomore.
2 doubles and a home run. First pitch outside. And look at the Notre Dame bench. They know that's a key insurance run. With their ace laboring through the 6th.
And he keeps getting better.
Sign me up for more of Jace Lee.
He's a special talent, man.
He really is.
Big-time recruit on campus, slow freshman season. He got better and better, and here he is.
2 doubles and a home run for him. He's knocked in a pair. It feels like there is so much more in the tank with that guy, too. It's, holy cow. Now, this is my first time to really see him in person as a sophomore, and it is, I mean, he's wow.
Yeah, he really is.
There's projection, like that's, I mean, the scouts are drooling thinking about him for 2027.
You got that right.
Inside, the pitch misses to Paso, and the count 2-2.
There was a ton of swing and miss last year. Those borderline pitches, the 1-1 counts. He's able to flip them now. He gets it in his favor. He gets in hitters' counts, and he's not missing the mistakes.
That one fouled back. Dylan Paso, the freshman tonight, punched out twice against the starter, Michael Sharman, now facing the righty Vesey. Takes a breaking ball, and the count is full.
a big-time take right there by Paso.
Well, if your plan was to work a longer inning and score some runs, Notre Dame already doing a good job of that to get Riddell a breather.
Yep.
The payoff. He checks on the breaking ball. He went around, says Travis Carlson at third for out number 2.
It's a close one there, 3-2 count, breaking ball in the zone, down below. It's about as close as it gets, man. Toughest call for an umpire. That check swing, I think you made the wrong call there.
Clemson will take it. They need it. Paso over 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. And 2 outs for Mason Barth. First pitch. Outside a ball, 1-0. The damage has been done at the top of the lineup for Notre Dame tonight.
Their guys came to play today. You got to have them in postseason baseball. 3 solo homers.
It's 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts of the bottom 4 guys in that lineup.
Yep.
Barth ahead 2-0. A key error that ended up not burning Notre Dame, but a couple of good defensive plays for the freshman. As he waits, and the 2-0. Outside and count 3-0.
Imagine he's taking 2 strikes here, trying to extend this inning.
Three and 0 the count. A strike and the count 3-1.
Come on, get it out.
Force him in there again.
Here comes a 3-1 to Barth. And he fouls it back and the count is full. Certainly feels like Riddell is going to go back out there. The lefty Singleton was throwing earlier.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And now he's getting back up on the mound, but he has not really gotten aggressive in any of his throws, it feels like.
Yeah, it's every 3rd pitch. It means he's ready to go. He's probably 4 or 5 pitches away.
The payoff. Down low, ball 4. First walk issued by Clemson pitching. Comes with 2 outs of the 6th, and the inning continues.
That's a great at-bat right there, laying off that breaking ball. Once again, Riddell, 27 pitches last inning. Finding a way to extend it here with 2 outs. That's huge.
Jimmy Bellinger, the pitching coach for Clemson, going to pay a visit to VC, who cruised through his first inning of work. Gave up a homer to Lee and has had some longer at-bats. And action to the Clemson pen. That's Hayden Simerson, who has, well, one of the most disgusting breaking balls you will ever see. They call it the death ball. It's a curveball that acts like a splitter.
Yeah, it's absolutely
It's insane.
Disgusting. Along with a big-time fastball, too, running into the upper 90s.
That's the first time we saw Simerson pitch. It was like, what is that? Like, because there's no pop out of the hand on the curveball. It's just straight down.
High arm slot, fastball jumps, and you said it, breaking ball. It's just straight down out of the hand.
First pitch is a strike, gets 0-1. Jamie Z 0 for 2. Freshman who's been battling some lower body injuries. Can't hold up, and it's 0-2.
2 nasty breaking balls there. The breaking ball in the zone. Now the breaking ball below. Go back to it again here.
4-2 Notre Dame as they bat last of the 6th. Throw over to first, and Barth is back. Barth 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts this season. I can't imagine at the bottom of the lineup that you're running here. The last thing you want to do is start with 8, 9, and 1 next to it.
Yeah, unless you're selling out to breaking ball.
Blew the heater by him, and VC out of the inning. But Notre Dame tacks on a run here in the 6th. A big night for Jace Lee.
He's been perfect tonight. 2 doubles. A big fly to right center field, 13th of the year. Notre Dame leads.
Jack Riddell cam between innings after sitting for a number of minutes. You can see he was pacing back and forth, sitting again, getting stretched out. About 14 minutes total between appearances on the mound. Had the Theragun out. I don't know. What do you think, Devin, in terms of Jacob Jarrell fouls the first pitch back? Like, you worry about him not being loose at this point? Do you worry about the adrenaline running off?
I think it's late in the season. It's 27 pitch inning. He's out there fighting every single pitch. He's tired.
Jacob Jarrell laces that one deep and foul.
No question, he's grinding. He's not feeling great. You see the breaking ball right there. That's simple proof. There haven't been many mistakes up in the zone today with his breaking ball. He's fighting to give all he's got right here.
The pitch count looks good, just 91, but again, it is a 90-degree night. And he had his longest inning in the 6th. And while Notre Dame got a run and got him a breather with a longer inning, there's still not a whole lot of margin for error in the leading home run hitter for Clemson at the plate. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Jarrell and a big first out.
Well, Jack Riddell's all right, and that's the breaking ball that's in the zone and just bites down hard. That's absolutely nasty, man. He's a fighter, but now he's got to face this guy. First at bat, first pitch fastball. Lichtenberger. Yeah, he didn't miss that one. His next at bat, he saw a lot of stuff, soft stuff. We'll see what he's got left.
And with the lefty coming up, you wonder if this might be it for Riddell.
I think so.
Seth Volz is on his way out to the mound, is on the mound. Pitching coach for Notre Dame makes all of their pitching decisions. Riddell is pleading his case.
Yes, he is.
Will they let the ace continue? And they will not. Dylan Singleton is going to enter the game. So they saw a lot of the same things that you did with that breaking ball. It seemed like he gets the strikeout, and a fine performance for the first team All-ACC right-hander. And even Florida State fans can appreciate what Jack Riddell did tonight. 6 1/3 innings of 2-run ball. Can Notre Dame get the next 8 outs? They lead Clemson 4-2 in the 7th. Dylan Singleton is on for Notre Dame. The freshman left-hander takes over. 19th appearance of the year. And you see the numbers from the lefty. More than a strikeout an inning. There's Jack Riddell, 6 1/3 innings of 2-run ball for the Ace. Lichtenberger takes a strike. It's 0-1.
That was a gutsy performance by Riddell. And they bring in the young freshman, left on left.
Lichtenberger, his second home run of the year. That was off Riddell in the third, and he's behind 0-2.
And it's a nasty little slider right there. Fastball, it'll sit in the upper 80s. A little bit of a funky arm slot. Use a changeup versus right-handed pitchers, but the big key, just 10 walks in 38+ innings.
In the dirt. 1-2 to Lichtenberger. Notre Dame and Clemson both likely need to win this tournament to make it to the NCAAs. Notre Dame might have a path, depending on how their RPI improves if they win a bunch of games here. And Singleton feeling it after striking out Lichtenberger, looking one out.
Feeling it is right. He comes in to face a lefty. I said upper 80s with that fastball, Mikey. He's fired up. It's the ACC tournament dots. Fastball at 92 on the outer edge.
Boy, that was a good job by Cotrani on framing that pitch. Here's Bryce Clavon, 1-0. Bryce Clavon transferred from Georgia this year. He originally went to the Bulldogs as a two-sport player. He was a tremendous high school football player. His senior year in high school had 4,300 yards passing, and he slugs one to deep center field and makes it a one-run game. Bryce Clavon showing off power. It's 4-3.
Man, what a swing.
Just his 5th of the year.
Look how short it is, though. I mean, hands are tight. Elbow drops into the slot. He's working down above the baseball, finds the bottom. And that's how you get backspin, baby. That's big fly, dead central.
408 on that blast. There's Jackson Moore. It's a one-run game again. Clavon probably benefited more in terms of playing time from the injuries that Clemson had this year. As you see Sean Stifler's reaction. And that he got in the lineup more consistently, and it didn't necessarily show up in results all the time, but he's a player that I think is primed to take a big leap forward next year.
I agree. I agree. I mean, you see the big-time juice. He's played a great defense all year long. He'll keep getting better and better.
Moore takes low. The count 2-1. Singleton gets the first man, gives up the homer to Clavon, and it's a one-run game here in the 7th. The pitch to the right side, and the inning is over. But Clemson gets a run back, thanks to their number 8 hitter, Bryce Clavon.
Speedy, strong center fielder, making it a 4-3 ball game. Here we go.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Mike Monaco whispering sweet nothings to us. One of these teams will automatically clinch a spot on the road to Omaha. You see our bracket, Duke upsetting NC State this afternoon. Stanford beat Cal, the 4th consecutive game those two rivals have played. This one a little further east than Evans Diamond, where they were last weekend. One more game tonight, Louisville and Pitt after this one. And a new pitcher for the Clemson Tigers, Hayden Simerson, the junior transfer from Catawba Division II school where he was an All-American. And get ready for this breaking ball when he throws it, because you won't know what it looks like. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. They call it the death ball.
And the fastball up that you see right there is why they call it the death ball. It starts at that plane, and it will bounce in front of home plate. It's nasty straight up and down.
2-0. So here's what's interesting is he presets like a split finger or forkball grip. And yet the pitch that he throws is a curveball. He's going from it to there's the breaking ball. That one hung up a little bit. It's 2-1.
Yeah, I think the big reason, see that pitch pop in right here. That's the knuckle curve, the death curveball. Yeah, you see it, it's nasty. But Mikey, the split finger grip though, a big reason guys grip that early, they preset it. It's because when you go to get that pitch, if you don't start there, it kind of opens up your glove, and hitters will kind of get tells on that. Your glove opens to get your fingers around the baseball. So you preset the one grip that may have a tell, knowing that you can easily flip to the fastball or the death breaking ball.
2-2 the count. That was the splitter that time, and it put away Miranda, 1 out.
That is disgusting. Split finger grip, and just rip it. Oh, wow. That's like a left-handed slide. That is absolutely nasty.
I mean, and the 2 breaking balls he's thrown are not the best ones that he's thrown. Wait, it'll get better. I'm promising you, this is one of the more interesting arms this year. Drew Birkland led the bottom of the 1st inning off with a home run, and he takes a ball high. It's 1-0. It's been a great season for Birkland after transferring from Minnesota. Heading at top of this Notre Dame lineup, they have a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Single elimination tournament. Loser goes home. Winner keeps their hopes alive and takes on Virginia Tech tomorrow night. One had a little bit more loop to it again. And here's a look at Birkland's home run in the 1st inning.
Such a good player, man. Leads the team in home runs out of the leadoff spot, down and away, just shoots them, got him on the board early. A transfer, it's been a big part of this team all year.
1-2 the count to Birkland, the pitch. Frozen with a curveball that time at 86, 2 outs.
I mean, that is just nasty, man. I mean, we haven't even seen the really good one yet, but we talk about the high arm slot, right? And he starts him off this entire inning. It was the fastball up, so that breaking ball, it works just right off that plane. He sees it up, you don't want anything up there, and just last second falls behind, falls into the zone, man. He's got great stuff.
Bino Waters, the all-ACC left fielder, takes a ball high, 1-0. He has one of the 3 solo home runs for Notre Dame tonight. An opposite field blast that tied this game at 2 back in the 3rd. The 1-0. They count 2-0. Looking ahead to the Clemson 8th, they will have the top of their lineup due. Purify, McClatty, and Savoy. There's Jaron Purify. See that hand still wrapped. Tristan McClatty with an RBI triple tonight. Savoy behind the plate. Curveball strike. It's 2-1.
I love what Simerson does with his breaking balls. He has the ability to change shapes of it. Just flip one in for a strike. As he gets ahead in the count, he wants swing and misses. It's tighter, it's sharper, it's down.
That was the splitter again, and the count 2-2.
Not seen a fastball yet this at bat. Probably won't see one here.
I mean, he really hasn't thrown many fastballs at all tonight.
Nope.
2-2. Fouled away. There was 94, and Waters fought it off.
Oftentimes, Mikey, fastball up, sets up the breaking ball down. I tell you what, as a hitter, you're looking breaking ball here. I'd like to see him double up with the fastball up here.
Just going to ask you if that's where you wanted to go. He goes to the breaking ball, and there was the death ball as Simerson strikes out the side, and an impressive 7th.
Whatever you do, you don't want to face Mr. Hayden Simerson. Yeah, there's one of them. Split finger. Wait, here's the death breaking ball. That's 2. Looking. Yeah, man, you better watch out. Bino Waters, that's a really good hitter. It's hard to make him look like that. Strikes out the side. Come on, Clemson, here you go.
Welcome back to the 2026 ACC Baseball Championship. Downtown Charlotte. Yeah, it's a great day for families out on the berm here at Truist Field. And the new pitcher for Notre Dame is a lefty, the transfer from Minnesota, Noah Rooney, who just went to the rosin bag and then went to his mouth, and that has to taste gross.
Oh, baby, it's nasty stuff. 4 pitches, change-ups to go to.
He has been one of their hotter arms out of the pen. And he faces the top of the Clemson lineup in this one-run game. We've had a dandy pitching matchup tonight. Jack Riddell, Michael Sharman, both started this game. Both were very good. Jared Purify bounces it foul. The count 0-2. Let's look at Noah Rooney's last half dozen appearances.
Pretty good.
Just 4 hits. The walk total is something to watch, though. Clemson needs to create traffic here in the 8th.
Strikeout numbers are up, though, as well.
He's ahead 0-2. Ooh, just missed. Pitch was a ball, but it was a really well-located fastball.
And home plate umpire has been great all night. That is a ball. Fastball in. They try to steal one there. Purify lays off.
I'll tell you what, Devin, this year I feel like I have seen more good home plate umpiring in the ACC than I remember. Popped up foul, first base side, over, and unable to get there is Paso as it gets out of play. Count 1-2. I really feel like just about every game we have done, there has been consistent home plate umpiring. I think umpires wear it an awful lot. I think they deserve to be praised for the job that they've done behind the plate this year for the most part.
You're exactly right. I mean, they're graded on TrackMan now, and these guys, they take so much pride in doing their job. They want to always make the right calls, and they go back and they learn. And I couldn't agree more, Mikey. It's been a good year.
Upstairs, 2-2. We've seen that in the big leagues with the challenge system now, which they're doing at the SEC tournament, by the way. But we've seen that umpires are improving there. Are they trying to see whether or not they got video of the Dippin' Dots exploding? Swing and a miss. Purified down on strikes. Leadoff man gone to the Clemson 8.
That's a great start to the inning by Noah Rooney. A lot of soft early, and they go back to the glove side fastball. A little bit of angle cut right there. Well done.
10 strikeouts for Notre Dame pitching overall. Here's Tristan McClatty. An RBI triple in the third. Takes up and in. 1-0. Clemson has had just 2 hits since McClatty's triple. One of them a solo homer from Bryce Cleavon that pulled them within a run. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
That's nasty right there. Left on left changeup. Falls below the barrel.
For a left-handed hitter, I always felt like McClatty has a very flat swing.
He's a good hitter, man. I love watching him hit.
1-2. Does he dare attack him with a third straight combo?
Why not?
Look at you just rolling the dice here today.
Right back to it, baby.
Curveball that time. Did he go? He went around. That was Carlson. Punched out a couple of guys on check swings, 2 outs.
Yeah, he didn't go back to the changeup, man. He went to the big, nasty breaking ball. This time it's something running away from his barrel, well located. And they got him on the check swing there. It's back-to-back strikeouts. Yeah, he went. Good call.
Eric Bakich didn't like it, but I think he'll see that replay and realize McClatty went around. And now Clemson down to potentially their final 4 outs of the season as Nate Savoy hits. He checked up, the count 1-0. Savoy, one of the top power threats, singled and was caught stealing in the 6th. Clemson running out of time potentially on their season. 20 conference losses this year, a stunning year for the Clemson Tigers. And the count 1-1.
That change up again, well located. It's a 1-run ball game, 4 outs to go for Clemson. Big Rule cannot get beat to the pull side, so I think that breaking ball, if you go to it, it's got to be bounced. Otherwise, everything is on the outer half of the plate.
Curveball, bouncer, foul past third. Past Barth and past the Notre Dame bullpen. The 2-1. That's a bouncer to short. Coy has it, throws to first, and a 1-2-3-8 for Noah Rooney. Notre Dame trying to advance the 10th seed, leading Clemson 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. One more game tonight, and 2 of the top sluggers in the ACC, Lorenzo Carrier and the Pitt Panthers. The extremely patient, powerful offense takes on the ACC home run leader and record holder, ACC Player of the Year, Tank Davis in Louisville. It'll be a high-scoring affair tonight when these two meet. The winner gets Wake Forest. The winner of this game gets Virginia Tech. and keeps their season hopes alive. And right now, Notre Dame has a 1-run lead on Clemson as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Aiden Siverson struck out the side in the 7th for the Clemson Tigers. And on this gorgeous night in this beautiful downtown of Charlotte, Notre Dame Fighting Irish looking to add on. Matt Quattrani will lead off. He is 1 for 3 tonight, the catcher.
Never feel good in a 1-run ball game here in Charlotte. Notre Dame looking to add on here.
Quattrani through the hole on the left side. It's a base hit. A leadoff single for Quattrani. Here's how we got here tonight. A 1-run game. Both teams trying to keep their season alive. Both likely need to win this tournament to make the NCAAs. Notre Dame might have a touch more wiggle room. But 3 solo home runs for the Irish in a big night for one of their key outfielders. As Noah Coy takes a strike on the outside corner. Jace Lee has been the big star for Notre Dame. A pair of doubles and a home run tonight. He is on deck behind Coy. In the dirt, it gets away from Savoy. Racing to second, Quattrani, and he'll get there without a throw. Devin, this is starting to unfold like so many Clemson games have this year, where they have been in it. And then something has happened that has allowed the opponent to get distance. And right now, Notre Dame's got an insurance run in scoring position.
Sure does, and that's huge. Notre Dame needs to push one across here. Feel like they can take a little breath going into the last inning, and they play great baseball. It's a dirt ball, and there's no indecision there. As soon as they see it down, they start, and they get a man to second base. Noah Coy leads this team in sack bunts. Feels like a good opportunity here to lay one down. You got to get him to third base no matter what with less than 2 outs.
Sean Stifler leading the charge in mid-count. Is Eric Bakich going to go to the bullpen? He's going to, I think, maybe discuss defense. How do they want to set things up? Because Coy's going to be bunting here now, right?
Certainly. And you got Quattrani at second base, a guy that doesn't run particularly well. And the crash play, I think that could be in play here. The crash play, everything's going to be cued off the shortstop. And their goal here is no matter what happens, the runner cannot get to third. They feel like if the runner gets to third base in this situation, that the game would really go against them. So we'll see what they run.
Jace Lee in the on-deck circle has had a monster night for Notre Dame.
He's hit a little bit of everything tonight. Started off with a double the other way, fastball up, next at bat. Double again, breaking ball over the heart of the plate. Added to Notre Dame's run total. And man, last at bat, it's one of the more impressive swings that you'll see in college baseball. And it's a big fly to right center field. And that's a big man, that's a grown man, number 1, fired up for his Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Lee waiting in the on-deck circle. There's a man in scoring position with nobody out. You can see the corners pinched in. Quattrani will go back to second as Simerson tosses behind him.
That's just simply seeing if Clemson can get a tell. You run an inside move, see if he starts to show bunt. I didn't see much there. Smart hitter.
The 1-1 to Coy. He's not bunting, and he rolls it to the right side. And that's as good as a bunt as it moves the runner to third with 1 out.
And that's some excellent baseball right there. Getting him to third base, setting up the man, Jace Lee.
Jace Lee's monster night. 2 knocked in, 3 extra base hits. A chance to knock home a key insurance run for Notre Dame here in the 8th. And Jace Lee is going to be intentionally walked, and they will go to Dylan Passo.
No question, the right call.
There is a left-hander getting loose in the Clemson bullpen. Is Eric Bakich going to make a move here or stick with Simerson?
I think they're going to stick with their guy here.
Runners at the corners now with 1 out. Infield at double play depth up the middle, in at the corners. Passo 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Third baseman McClatty playing at the cut of the grass. First pitch. Outside corner, a strike. It's 0-1.
First and third here, 1 out. You like to see some action. Jace Lee just 1 stolen base on the year, but he can really run. Big key, Simerson, you got to be quick to home. I think if the count flips to 1-1, it's a good time to hit it, to do a little hit and run.
Upstairs, 1-1. Savoy has been very good at throwing out base runners this year. 19 stolen base attempts against him, 6 caught stealing.
Watch out for action here.
Not going, a 1-1, foul back. 93 in the count, 1-2.
Good pitch to hit right there. Fastball up out over the plate. That's what you're looking for here. Guy on third base, less than 2 outs. You're hunting elevation, trying to stay through the middle of the field.
The infield shifts over with McClatty in. There's a big hole in the left side. Runner goes, pitch down low, and Lee will take second. And now with 1 out, the infield's going to have to come in.
Man, that stolen base right there. They had play number 3 on. That's no action going to second base. They're not going to allow them to steal a run by a double steal. Infield coming in.
Yeah, late coming in. The 2-2 into center field and deep. Clavon going back. He's got it, and both runners will tag. Racing home to score. Quatani, a sacrifice fly for the freshman Paso. And Notre Dame gets an insurance run here in the 8th. It's 5-3.
That is some beautiful baseball by the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Situational hitting. He gets the 2 strikes, gets something soft in the zone. Yeah, man, stay through the center of the field. And he gets the big sac fly. That's the insurance run Notre Dame felt like they needed. And they got it, looking for another.
The wild pitch set that up. Again, one little thing going against Clemson. And now they're down 2 with just 3 outs remaining. And Barth with a chance to tack on another as he swings and misses. There's Lee at third. Third baseman McClatty deep. Lee not very far down the line at third. The pitch upstairs, 1-1.
Barth 286 on the year with runners in scoring position. Man, oh man. This be a huge blow to Clemson here.
Would you like to see Lee get another couple steps down the line here, Devin?
You know what? I'm good with him where he's at here. You're just ready for a ball in the dirt. Make sure you gain ground.
Fouled away in the count, 1-2. Barth walked and struck out twice in his first 3 plate appearances. 5-3 Notre Dame in the 8th. The pitch, swing and a miss. Tied up with a fastball. The inning is over. But Notre Dame tacks on a run. The last chance for Clemson to extend their season. 4-5 at 6-2 in the 9th, down a pair. Beautiful night here in Charlotte. We head to the 9th inning. Notre Dame trying to extend their season and keep their postseason hopes alive, and trying to end what has been a frustrating year for the Clemson Tigers. They have a 5-3 lead as we head to the top of the ninth. Noah Rooney will go through 4, 5, and 6 in the Clemson order. Can the Tigers rally? Luke Gaffney takes a first pitch ball. It's 1-0.
For Clemson, your goal, bring the tying run to home plate.
Gaffney's reached on an error and walked. Clemson needs a base runner. A strike and the count 1-1. And the idea, get somebody on for Jacob Jarrell. He's due up third in the inning. He leads this Clemson team in home runs. Their senior co-captain, who's had some big moments in his career in the ACC championship. That one just missed, so the count 2-1 now to Gaffney. The 10-seed Notre Dame trying to advance. Winner gets Virginia Tech tomorrow, and the count 3-1 to Gaffney.
You're boxing him up here. One pitch, fastball, middle.
Sean Stifler's club has walked just one hitter tonight. That by the starter Jack Riddell in the 6th. The 3-1. Outside corner a strike, and the count is full now to Luke Gaffney.
It's the call right there on the outer edge. If you're Notre Dame, it's middle here. Let him hit it as far as he can, but whatever you do, you cannot walk the leadoff batter.
Former Big Ten opponent squaring off. Bouncer to first. Glove and taken to the bag easily by Passo for out number 1. Here's how we got here tonight. The top of Notre Dame's lineup has been extremely dangerous. Jace Lee, 3 extra base hits and an intentional walk. 3 solo homers. Clemson has not had a lot of opportunities with men on base, just 6 plate appearances.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got Jack Riddell on the mound, but this was the big key in the last series. They were 4 for 32 against Notre Dame, but Notre Dame in big situations, they made their pitches.
And you can make a case as Riddell watches to see if Rooney can get this finished, that this is the biggest hitter for Rooney. If Crichton is to reach ahead of Jacob Jarrell, it would put a powerful tying run at the plate.
Exactly right.
And the count 0-2. Even though both Lichtenberger and Clavon in the 7 and 8 hole have homered tonight, neither of them are massive power threats. Jarrell is. 0-2 the count. The pitch just missed with a fastball. 1-2.
Great idea there, great pitch that serves a purpose no matter what, but yes, that ball is down. Quattrani, nice job. Glove working underneath the baseball, it's down. Good take.
Senior Crichton trying to keep his career alive. Chopper to the left side. Coy circles, fires, 2 outs. Boy, the left side of Notre Dame's infield has played really well tonight.
Hey, that's a great play. It's not a play you'll see on top 10. That's great. I mean, that's one of the toughest plays a shortstop can make, coming in, moving to his right. Watch his hop, but under control, he's low. He's just making sure he gloves the ball first. And a nice stretch over at first base by Passo. Great defense tonight by Notre Dame.
One of the team leaders for Clemson the last 3 seasons, Jacob Jarrell, is their last chance tonight. 17 home runs for the co-captain. And he clubs one deep to right center field, and that ball is gone! Jarrell's 18th of the year, and he makes it a 1-run game in the 9th.
You know Clemson wasn't going to go away easy. Man, oh man, how big was that insurance run in the bottom of the 8th? The breaking ball up in the zone. Smart hitter, he's looking for it, and he stays on it. Breaking ball, home run, right center field, 1-run ball game. It's a beautiful piece of hitting.
Jacob Jarrell, the senior, trying to keep his career at Clemson alive. And a conference on the mound with Tyler Lichtenberger coming to the plate. Both Lichtenberger and Clavon in the on-deck circle have already homered tonight. Lichtenberger's homer Just his second of the year, but it was a no-doubter off Jack Riddell.
Jumped on a first pitch fastball, middle. Hadn't seen many fastballs since. Big opportunity here. It's left on left. Careful though, Lichtenberger. He's better against lefties this year. 377 against lefties with an 857 OPS.
First pitch, strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Notre Dame 5, Clemson 4, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Clemson season on the line. The 0-1 to the right side and through, a base hit. Lichtenberger keeps it alive, and the tying run is aboard with 2 outs in the ninth for Bryce Clavon. You see Jack Riddell nervously waiting as Bryce Clavon in the 7th did this.
I'd be nervous too with this guy hitting. Fastball, middle in. He's twitchy, man. Looking to do it again here. Clemson giving him a fight here with 2 outs, 1-1 ball game.
That off of Dylan Singleton. And Seth Volz on his way to the mound again. There is a righty getting loose in the bullpen for Notre Dame. Clavon homered off the lefty Singleton. Now Noah Rooney in the game. You see the right-hander. Jigsel. Lefty is Caden Crowell. Let's take one more look at that base hit from Lichtenberger.
Playing the corners, man. It's all about your first step and that big hop. Starts straight across. Catches them in no man's land.
They are going to stick with Noah Rooney against Clavon. Already a homer off a lefty tonight. Tying run at first, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Sean Stifler wants his senior Rooney to try and close this out. Toss to first and Lichtenberger back. Lichtenberger on the year, 7 of 9 in stolen base attempts.
Lefty on the mound though slows that down.
First pitch. Clavon pounces it foul. It's 0-1. Hacking at a first pitch breaker.
I can tell you what, he was looking for that pitch. He went up with the game plan, got it, but well executed down. You got to live down here.
Lichtenberger the lead from first. The pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Quattrani. And that kept the runner at first base. Boy, a difference between innings, right? Wild pitch led to the go-ahead, or what is the difference in this game in the last half inning. And that stop by Quattrani keeps the tying run out of scoring position.
Huge.
1-1. Fouled away in the count 1-2, and now Clemson down to their final strike. Chase Lee's had a huge night. Jack Riddell with a great start. 1-2 the count. Notre Dame 5, Clemson 4. Lichtenberger from first. The pitch. Called strike 3. Notre Dame advances. They end the Clemson Tigers season. They win tonight 5-4 in an absolute whale of a ball game tonight in Charlotte.
That was an excellent baseball game, Mikey. Well played all around. Notre Dame, they get on the board early. They fight back after falling behind, but it's the pitching today. Jack Riddell, fantastic. The bullpen cleaned everything up. It's a great ball game, tight ball game. Notre Dame moves on.
Noah Rooney freezing Clavon with a breaking ball. Quattrani fired up as Notre Dame keeps their hopes alive. And they'll take on Virginia Tech tomorrow night. And the ace, Jack Riddell, relieved after 6 1/3 strong innings as Notre Dame wins. What a terrific game.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Here's the bracket tonight. 3 of our first 4 first-round games are done. Duke will take on Virginia tomorrow. Miami and Stanford, Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. And coming up next, Louisville and Pitt, 2 of the top offenses in the country. I don't think this one's going to be 5-4 tonight.
Yeah, if you like offense, tune in. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a lot of fun. One more to go as you see the disappointment from the Clemson dugout as their season is over. Notre Dame, the 10 seed, advances. They'll take on Virginia Tech tomorrow in a little less than an hour. We'll be back here in Charlotte with number 11 seed Louisville against number 14 Pitt. Tank Davis and the Cardinals against Lorenzo Carrier and the Panthers. For Devin Travis and our entire crew in Charlotte, I'm Mike Farron. Thank you for joining us for the ACC Baseball Championship.